Social update UG. Should Ugandans support EU Parliament on EACOP? Should the Ugandans support the European Parliament on the East African Community Oil Pipeline project, of which the European Parliament wants it to first of all be stopped for a year as they make better plans? Nayenga Uganda were supporting the European Union or wabagenda ne Museveni, kuba ye Museveni agamba nti with or without the Europeans he's going to be building this thing. It is surprising that in this day and age, when the world is switching from fossil fuels to renewable energy, a poor country like Uganda is considering risking its natural life support system with a few dollars. I read Honorable Taiwa's response on the European Union's motion and wondered if it was written by him. None of the words he read belonged to him. It was an absolute copy and paste from African fossil fuels promoters. In research, they call it plagiarism. Low developing countries have always urged that the global north developed at the expense of natural resources. They do what? They got from the soil. They thus lack the moral authority to advise the global south not to invest in fossil fuels. TNC ezomumaserengeta zigamba nti ensi ez'omumambuka zonna zazimbira ku gundi ku bintu by'obugagga eby'omu ttaka, ate kati olw'ensonga eyo tezirina buyinza kuba nga zigamba ku nsi ez'omumambuka okubeera nga tisimanga tezirina kubeera nga zisima ebintu ng'amafuta. Kitegeera? This is simplistic reasoning. Global North admitted, and it is making everything possible to phase them out. The Ugandan government is claiming that the West is after Uganda's oil. But who discovered it in the first place? Wasn't it them in the 1920s? Investing in EACOP doesn't make economic sense given what Uganda has to inject in compared to the expected revenues. Has the government even ever carried out a feasibility study of it? If so, I challenge to make it public. Uganda is among the most vulnerable countries to climate change and one of the least prepared to respond to its impacts. Presently, the country is experiencing frequent deadly extreme weather events that are induced by human activities. Deforestation, wetland degradation, and plastic pollution in water bodies have already caused grave danger to the country. Almost every part of the country has tasted the wrath of the environment. Climate change induced floods, landslides, and drought are claiming people's lives, which makes EACOP a bigger risk. Altogether, Uganda and Africa at large have the potential to be the leading suppliers of renewable energy in the world. We can drive the energy transition if we make smart investments. Instead of investing money in EACOP, we should be investing in green technology and developing our own renewable energy industry. Uganda is an endowed country, gifted by nature, that everyone in the world is dying to see. Investing in the tourism sector could even earn us more revenue than the EACOP project. Moreover, in a sustainable manner, nti okubeera nga ssente zino zibagenda okubeera nga bazimbisaamu omudumu gw'amafuta oba nga bazitadde just mu byabulambuzi, ate ziyinza okugyayo ssente nga n'obutonde tebwonoonese. Okitegeera? Everything about Uganda's oil and EACOP is a mystery. Details of the oil agreements and contracts are scanty. They are known by the first family. Contracts were awarded before making the environment and social impact assessment. Dine contract ez'abakozi baazibwa nga tebannaba kubeera nga balaba impact enaabeera etya ku environment, ku butonde. Many environmental defenders and journalists who visit Hoima have been arrested and denied access. The negative effects of EACOP are only going to be felt by the poor and will severely affect children and youth. Not President Museveni and the rich. Let us support the EU Parliament for our own good and save our young people and future generations from a climate catastrophe. akati ekibuuzo ekyebuuzibwa abazungu abo gamba muno tetulina kubeera nga tusima amafuta ago, are they really supporting us nga batulumirirwa tetujja kwonoona obutonde, oba just balina nnugu nga tebagala tufune supremacy ne superiority ku bintu nga amafuta, kubanga amafuta kitegeeza ssente. What if tebagala tugaggawale nga batulimbalimba? Ekyebuuzibwa kya bo tebagasima amafuta ago, Uganda yokka yegenda okugasima, tewali nsi endala zigasima ze bayinza kuyimiriza. Why is it that it's Uganda they're discussing on in their parliaments? Ekyo mukyebuuze. However, on the other hand, it could be possible nti nno investment gye bagenda okukola okuzimba pipeline eyo ate sente ezinaavaamu zijja kuba tezikyali ki nga tezikola profit, kubanga ensi sawa zino egenda ku renewable energy. Emmotoka muziraba ne piki ezikolebwa ennaku zino zonna z'amasannyalaze. Kiba kitegeeza nti nno eno oil pipeline weena ggwero ojja kusanga sente ze bataddemu obanga oliwo nga n'amafuta gagudde nga tebakyagagula nnyo, kubanga jjukira Uganda tebatigisa ekintu, kubanga Uganda okimanyi basobola okuzimba ka borehole naye nga ate budget ekazimbye ezimba ebintu ebirala bingi nnyo. Uganda omuntu agenda mu meeting okudiscussinga ku kintu naye nga ate sente ezikostinze okutegeka meeting ate zandibadde zizimba buzimbi ekintu nekiggwa. Si ebya Uganda biri awo biri matankane. However, on the other hand, activists protest EU's resolution on the Uganda-Tanzania oil project. Kikuludde ate olala abantu beekalakaasizza. Activists stormed the European Union offices in Kampala on Tuesday, protesting last week's EU Parliament resolution to halt the Uganda-Tanzania proposed oil project. On environmental and human rights concerns, the activists also delivered a petition to the EU ambassador, urging the EU to withdraw from Ugandan oil. Okitegeera era abeekalakaasa nabo beekumyemu ogutaaka. Uganda and Tanzania, according to group leader Frank Maweji, are sovereign states that should be allowed to exploit their resources as they see fit. EU Parliament, stop ill intentions on our oil. None of the protesters' placards read. About one of the protesters' cards read, according to Maweji, the EU has no mandate to monitor Uganda on whatever it is doing with its oil. Naye ate tekamba jjukizeemu kituufu EU terina mandate. Example wait, EU terina mandate ku nsi nga China kubanga ziri independent, tezeewola, zeekolera buli kimu, zeekolera n'eddagala lya COVID. Kati mu Uganda tosobola ate kuboggola ng'omusajja gw'oboggolera yakuwola ssente, yakwasereza eddagala z'abalwadde abasiriimu, yakuwa buli kimu n'oluzungu lw'oyogera lulwe, omusajja akufugira ddala. Kale mulimu kwekalakasizana mu luzungu lwe omusajja abeewe n'asaka n'okusika. So I think much as we are independent, but we are not, because we are still depending on the European countries and American countries and USA, I would say. Okitegeera, so abantu beekalakaasa bagamba nti EU muve ku nsonga eno, ate era still oba tunoidde side endala ekiba nga kizze Uganda ate bayinza okukisusa ne bakibamu bubbi, naye nga ate omuntu omunaku yagenda okubeera ng'akola ki, ng'abonaabona. So ensonga eri so contradicting. Kakati omunnayuganda awagira European Union oba awagira Museveni? Kyenjagala ombulire mu comments. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button. Peace.